What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of Transformers Legacy Evolution Amazon exclusive Nova Prime. That's right, my zillions. I did not pre-order this. I was gonna pre-order this, and then I just decided I'm gonna hold off on it. Even though it was an exclusive, I tend to think Amazon exclusives stick around a little bit because they get a lot. And I was correct. This came out, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. But I didn't wait too long. I had sold something on eBay, and the money came in. I was like, you know what? Let's get this now. I'm kind of hyped on primes after doing Armada Prime, so I wanted to do this one as well. I mean, I had to have this in my collection. I've wanted a Nova Prime for quite a while. Almost got an upgrade kit for the Combiner Wars. I forget the name of it, the White Prime something core, or whatever it was. Anywho, this is pretty cool. It is a on that Galaxy Prime body, which was in turn on the Ultra Magnus body. So yeah, it's been used, but it's an exclusive, so yeah, I could forgive it. Still looks really cool though. However, Amazon shipped this with no box, with stickers all over it. It was shipped same day. There's that, but that's what happens when that happens. Yeah, cool box, very good art, man. The art on the Legacy Evolution stuff has been so good, and this is no different. So without any further ado, let's not only get into the review, but we're gonna do a little bit of unboxing right after the jump. And I normally don't do this, but I opened this box, I cut it open, and I was just like, oh, that's a little interesting and different, so I figured, let me show you how the box is for those of you that haven't seen it and didn't get this. So this is how the box is laid out. It's very different than other boxes. I do like this kind of awesome box layout like that. So then you got a box within a box, I guess. Sort of. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know if this whole thing comes out. It does. Or maybe you could just pull out the top part. I don't know. You got the directions in there. And then you got this kind of sort of box out here. Yeah, it's kind of a box. And then you pull out. Okay, you pull out the weapons. Now, if you haven't gotten any Hasbro stuff at all lately, this is how they've been doing it with, like, you know, little baggies. Not baggies, little paper things. So, you can lose stuff, though, so do be careful. So, we got all kinds of accessories here. All kinds of stuff that we will go over once I get acclimated and look at this. Yeah. The actual review part will probably take a little bit longer, so might be a couple days from now in my time, not your time. And he is in robot mode, which is good, and you know, I feel like he fits this box pretty well with all the stuff going on here. So yeah, look at this. This is a lot. Yeah, why not show you guys this for once. This guy looks really cool, I gotta say. I gotta take all this paper off, and I won't do it here. We'll do it in a second, you'll see, but this is what this guy's looking like right now. He's got stuff and things, and wings. So, yeah, I'm gonna clean him up, and we're gonna continue with the review proper. And here is a Nova Prime out of the package. And this is really cool. Now, you know, me and this mold is very weird because, you know, I really always wanted Galaxy Prime. Like, I wanted that original figure. From when I came back to collecting, that was one I had my eye on. Never really found the original at a price I liked. So the one they did was a one I really wanted. And you know, it just fell short in a lot of ways, mostly because of the terrible looseness Now, I don't have that with this guy, and that is really, really cool, because, again, this is like, you know, a few times into this mold now, starting with, like, Ultra Magnus, right? And that's funny, because Ultra Magnus is a figure I never reviewed, and I don't know if I could find him even for this review, because it was like pre my studio in here, like going kablooey when we had all those problems a couple of years back, and yeah, it's in storage still. Yeah, but anywho, enough about that. I've just been thinking about it, you know, in the time between the opening of this video and actually getting back to this guy, because it's been quite a few days. I don't even remember what I said in the opening. You know, I've had some time to think and feel this guy out, and I really like him. He looks awesome. He's not Optimus Prime, if you don't know. Again, I don't know what I said in the beginning. He's a totally different character, and he is cool. He is really cool. This looks incredible. Now, out of the package, you do have to accessorize him a little bit. You got to put these parts on here, which amount to some really cool blasters, little very awesome arm blasters. I really like how they look. Obviously, he's got the wheels there, but the arm blasters are excellent. They move a little bit too, which is awesome. Then, as you can see, he's got the whole big wing contraption and these giant guns in the back. But first, one of the guns has a smaller gun in it, and this looks pretty cool. I believe this is the same gun that came with Ultra Magnus, but I'm not 100% remembering. I am misremembering right now, but I think so. It looks like it. It looks like Ultra Magnus is a smaller gun, but this is cool. You know, nice color. I like the colors a lot here. This fits in his hand nicely, as it should. It's really cool, and I do know that Galaxy Prime comes with this, because I can see Galaxy Prime from here. But yeah, it looks good in his hand, but I prefer it not being in his hand. I prefer it being part of this whole contraption, and it is quite a contraption. If you didn't see my Galaxy Prime review, this carries over. I mean, the wings are totally different, but this carries over, and it's pretty interesting what you want to do with this. I mean, first off, it looks awesome. It's very super robot, and you guys know I love that. These come around like so. I love how that works. Oh, and I just realized there's more guns. I forget things. But anywho, we're doing these right now. So this comes around, and then you put the little handles in his hand from the bottom. So they're kind of like, you know, like Gatling style type guns, like let's rock. And they look awesome. They really, really do. Nice sculpt work on them on both sides. As you can see, again, this looks really cool with it. It just fits nicely. And without it, it's fine too. But I think that hole is, you know, this is obviously looks like a hole for a weapon. This kind of sort of does not, you know, so you definitely want this one there. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I think it's very cool. Yes, it's coming out of his hands a little bit. I think it's really, really cool. Get in there. It's just like, there we go. Yes, you can do that. So yeah, look at that. Isn't that awesome? I don't know. I really think this whole contraption coming around for these giant guns just really, really works here. And I love the color. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a periwinkle, right? I dig it. Real good. Then, of course, he's got guns ablazing on the side of his legs. So you can take those off and put them in his hand. It's two individual guns, but you might have been able to tell already. Very hollow on one side. There you go with that. So, well, we got two guns. I don't really like that. I don't like how they look, to tell you the truth. But can you put these together? I forget. I don't think these go together. They do something. right? They go together somehow. I just did this. I don't think that's right. I'll have to check the directions for it, but yeah, they do come together in some way. But maybe you could put them elsewhere. I see some little sections here. Do that. I don't think that's right, but you can do it. Kind of like it a little better. That looks kind of cool, right? Again, it's kind of like that same feel that we just had before, but, you know, that works. Hey, that would work for me, you know. In that same token, I guess you could do this too, right? And have it like that. So, yeah, you got options. You know why you actually can't put them together? And one thing you can do is, yeah, you take off that if you want. I mean, that's more for his base mode. Not a base mode, but his base mode. And you can do that. So if you wanted to, that is a thing you can do as well. To be honest though, I prefer the guns here. But before I do put them back, that is what the leg looks like. A lot of detail, just white, but lots of details there. You go lower, you got wheels here with the silver rim, which looks pretty cool. I'm gonna put this back because I just think it looks, I don't know, kind of completes this cool badass look. You know, the color is good, and it kind of separates that white a bit, in my opinion. So I like it there. He's got big, chunky lower legs, as you can see. Metallic over here, which looks really good. It's, you know, basically the same color as you're getting here, but painted and metallic. So that looks really good. And then you got some gray in there. So the overall foot looks pretty good. As you can see on the side here, it's a foot within a foot. But yeah, I think looks pretty nice, the lower legs. Oh, and while we're at it, the lower legs has one other little thing you could do with it. And you could pull out additional heel spurs, which actually has some really nice sculpt to it. You don't need it because he stands for Galaxy. Did Galaxy have this? I can't remember. He probably needs them more. But, you know, just in case you get a little looseness, you could have a little extra foot there, you know. It's good to have options, I guess. He doesn't need it, though. He stands pretty good on his own. This is what the back looks like. In full, this is what the back looks like. You know, there's molded detail throughout, but it's really not a ton to write home about. But, you know, there is molded detail if you choose to look in the back. And this is what the back of the wings look like. Again, really nothing to look at from the back. But the front of the wings look really nice. They are in a gunmetal, and the sculpt is real good. And then you got gold in there, which looks pretty cool. And you know, gunmetal is a kind of a silver, so I could say silver and gold. I can. The arms look pretty good, especially with these. It just bulks them out a little bit. I do love the gold fists. Those look phenomenal. So I really like them a lot. Then the chest has that gunmetal again. Look at that. I don't know why I'm not up close this time. But gunmetal, and then you got that metallic periwinkle in there. I'm going to call this periwinkle. And then, man, the gold on top of the white right here in the midsection and the belt section will look so cool, guys. It really does. You got gray for the, you know, upper legs here. Not much to write home about again, but it serves its purpose. It's good. It's good. This chest is quite excellent. And then the head sculpt is pretty phenomenal too. Blue eyes are excellent. The gray ears look amazing. Well, actually, they're gunmetal as well, aren't they? Maybe. I think they're more gray. It looks like on the camera, but I believe they're more grayish. Then you got... no, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Because then I see it on the chin and it looks more gunmetal. And I believe that's the same color. So anyhow, the faceplate is in that metallic periwinkle. Again, the eyes look great. You got silver right up there. It's a really good head sculpt. I really, really, really dig it for this, you know, kind of, you know, ancestor of Prime, kind of nemesis Prime-ish guy. Yeah, he is cool. I really, really like him a lot. Just turned out spectacular, in my opinion, in this mode. So, yeah, this, like, I don't know, would this be considered a super mode? I guess so, because he got a base, you know, base figure mode. So possibly, but yeah, it's excellent. It's really, really good looking for sure. And articulation with this guy, head moves like so, the body moves like so, shoulders can move like so. It does get hindered a bit because of the big shoulder pad. You have a bicep swivel, you have a single jointed elbow, the wrists do swivel, the legs come out. Let's move that like that. Does stop at a certain point there. Then kicks forward with some nice ratchets, as you just heard. Oh, yeah. Goes back. Swivel right in there. Single joint there. And then the foot rocks like so. And I think it goes all the way in further, but I'm not getting mine to do that for some reason. I noticed that before. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't go further in. Right? Maybe it's meant to stay like that. But yeah, the articulation is fine. It's pretty standard, I would say, Transformers. But it, you know, for these guys, it works, and I'm completely used to it by now. So yeah, not bad. For your size comparisons in this mode, first up here are a couple of awesome Ultra Magnus figures. I couldn't get to the one that this mold is based on. He is far in my storage room, so yeah, it's a near impossibility to get them at this time. However, we do have the brand new Studio Series Transformers the Movie Ultra Magnus, which is so awesome. We're gonna get to that review soon, I promise. And then what we got here is a Takara Legends version of the Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus with an upgrade kit. I forget who made the upgrade kit. I don't know if it was DNA for someone else. I don't remember at this point. But this guy has an upgrade kit on top of being an awesome Takara version. And he is pretty awesome. Obviously very different looking. But I really do love these guys. And here he is with his mold mate. More direct mold mate than even the Ultra Magnus, because, you know, they redid him to have this whole big wing backpack thing, gun thing. And that is Galaxy Prime, who, man, yeah. I never really tried to fix that, but that was a bummer. And then what we got here, sorry guy, is the Combiner Wars Power Core Optimus Prime, who obviously you can see here he's a prime candidate to make into this, and there was an S&D kit that made him into Nova Prime. I almost bought that kit so many times, but I gotta tell you, I ended up not doing it because I just really liked this guy, you know? Like, he looked good, just like this. Like I don't know. He looked good. I didn't want to make him into that. And lo and behold, we finally got a Nova Prime in the collection anyway. So, with that all said, there's only one thing left to do. Well, there's probably a couple things left to do. But the first thing we're going to do is transform and roll him down into his more regular robot form. And here is Nova Prime, like a Chevy Nova. I don't know why I said that, but a Chevy Nova. I don't know. Anywho, I should have just filmed this over again. But here it is. And it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good in this mode. I feel like... Did I ever transform the Galaxy one? I don't know if I did. I don't know if I ever de-evolved them. But I did this one, and it's pretty good. Now, I did mess this up in my transformation sequence, and I had to figure it out later. How this part went. Yeah, I could not figure it out at all. The directions were really bad for this part, and it seemed like most folks are starting this guy in truck mode. So the couple of videos I looked at were both in truck mode to start, so I was like, that doesn't help me too much. But anywho, I think it looks pretty decent. He's very oddly proportioned. Like this, he's just really chunky in the middle. He's like a big ball with arms and legs, really. But that's okay. I think the chest looks pretty good. I think this new piece, it's a little duller. You could go either way with it. I mean, if you want to keep it like this, I mean, nobody's telling you can't. You know what I'm saying? But the default way is like so. And it's fine. It looks fine. It's keeping with the color motif, with that periwinkle. And the legs are okay. He's got feet. He's got little feet now, smaller feet. And he's got the wheels here. And he's got these clips here, which is a little bit ugly, but, what are you going to do? Heel spurs that came out. Look, I can't count that. But yeah, the legs, the upper legs are the same. This changed. The front part here is obviously a bit different. He's got, well, this bottom part is the same, right? The top part, it would be different. However, I did notice that I got scratches on my windshield here. Not unlike a real windshield. But yeah, that's probably from, putting in that new chest or taking out that new chest. Scratched it. So what are you going to do there? The good thing is I have no intention of keeping him in this mode, so I could completely ignore that. But for those of you that want this, yeah, that's going to happen. You do have more of that gunmetal gray up here, which looks really good, and the sculpt is pretty nice. So the arms are the same arms, except, without the attachment there, which is back here. And the guns are back here. And oddly, the directions don't even tell you to put them back there. I mean, it's obvious because it's a port that, takes that size, but I think the guns look really good there, and it's like old school jetpack, like an Optimus old school jetpack, and I like that. I think that's really neat and looks really good. The one place they do tell you, do tell you to put the guns in, if I could get the guns out, is here. Probably, the other way, but I kind of like it, underneath. It's kind of like that same feel as the big Gatling guns, when you do it underneath. But I believe the directions are telling you to put it in this way. And I don't like that as much. It looks kind of goofy to me. So putting them underneath, I think, is the way to go. And it keeps these on the proper side, and everything explodes here. But I can't show you exactly where this went if it wants to just stay in my hands. So this closes, and then this that goes in here like that. So you create this nice little backpack, and I like it. I think it looks good. Honestly, I do. So, but let's get back to this. That going in there, I think looks, if you're gonna do it, I think, in my opinion, it looks better like that. But I would say don't do it at all. He's got this gun he could use, and just use these as a jetpack, or use them as guns. I don't think he looks that good with these guns. I've pretty much said it before, but I don't dig big guns. It just, I don't know. It doesn't look good to me. So for me, jetpack it is. He's got the other gun, which looks fine. So yeah, I think we're good to go here. I do. The articulation on this guy, while I'm still putting on this, is pretty much the same because, you know, the base figure is the same. You know, you're only getting really the head that moves. Again, the waist. This is all the same as before, and this is all the same as before. And you do even get a rocker there. So it's all the same articulation, guys. There's absolutely no different. But I think he looks good. He's got the same fist. Oh. The head sculpt is totally different now, isn't it? I like it. It is obviously an Optimus Prime head. It looks really good. Man, that metallic periwinkle is absolutely gorgeous. So really nice looking. I really like it a lot. The eyes look great. The top part here looks good. The white head looks good. Nice die-cast content back there. And there you have it. And that is Nova Prime in this base mode. And it's weird I'm saying base mode, and you know, sometimes I say base mode and I mean an actual base. Luckily, his trailer doesn't turn into a base. Does it? Maybe there's a fan mode. I don't know. I don't think it does. And for your size comparison in this mode, here are a couple of Optimus Prime figures I haven't featured in a video in a long time. So, with that all said, now there's definitely one thing left to do, and that's transform and roll out. And for better or worse, probably worse, here is Nova Prime in truck mode, Cybertronian truck mode. But, like, he's not sitting quite properly for me, which means I did something wrong somewhere. It's just, can you tell already? Like, it is way off. I mean, I don't know if this is just how it is, or I didn't click something right. I can't figure it out. But yeah, he's got wheels, and they do sound cheap. You know, I didn't mention that before. These aren't so bad in the front because they're not hitting up against anything. But once they do, then the wings are this weird design now. It does cover up his head that's in there, but that's fine. Yeah, this is a little bit odd. There's Nova's head. Yeah, it's a little bit off. I don't know exactly how, but he's not rolling on all fours, that's for sure. He should be doing something else that he's not doing, and I just can't figure it out. Do I care to figure it out? Nah, not really, because I'm never going to do this again. You get it, though. You get what he is. He's got a lot of molded detail, but you lose a lot of the good details, so, because everything's kind of inside out here. So, you know, your mind's going to vary if you like this. I don't know what these things are supposed to be here, but they are something. It kind of reminds me, I guess you do that, of the trucks where they're shooting the coagulant in Shin Godzilla's mouth. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Can I put these in here? These got to go in the side somewhere, right? Oh, that's not a thing. I guess you put it over here. Guns. I mean, if you want, you could do that. Like so. I don't know why you would do it, but you can do it. I think you could put it back here too. It's a little bit better. A little less out of the way, I would say. So there he is, Nova Prime. I don't like him that much, but that's what the front looks like. Actually, I like the front. I think the front is cool, and I do like how it juts out like that. I think that's pretty slick too. I think it's supposed to jut out like that, at least. Or did I do that wrong? Or is this supposed to go further back? There's something here that's off. Maybe it's one of those things, but I like it there, and then the rest I don't. Yeah, whatevs. We'll leave it at that. It's a whatevs. Your mileage will vary. But, you know, if you like it, more power to you. Oh, and by the way, I had this completely in the wrong slot. But, obviously, you can put it in that slot, too. So, hey, there you go. Oh, and there's a couple additional ports here. And even down there, if you should wish to do it. But you could also do this, if you want to cover up this hole. Right? That's a thing. Will it roll like that? Maybe. Oh, I kind of like that, actually. Cover up the holes. Is that a thing? Is that where it told me to go? No, it doesn't tell me to go there. But hey, that's kind of cool. I don't know. If everything was aligned right and it rolled, I would think this is kind of cool to kind of cover up those holes a bit. So, something to think about. And just to show you what this looks like without the trailer. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks alright. It looks alright. Does he roll like this? Still kind of not. So I don't know. Maybe it's in this mode that something is off. But just to show this again, I don't know why I took it out to begin with, but I did. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I think it looks... man, you can't really roll with it. Oh, well, what else? And here it is with an Optimus and a Scourge. Speaking of Nemesis Prime-like beings. And my final thoughts, you know, this is a really, really cool piece. But before I talk about that any further, I just want to say that getting this guy back into this mode, transforming him, gut tying him, whatever you want to call it, is really satisfying. I really enjoyed it. I didn't show it on video, but that's something for you guys to figure out and enjoy. Honestly, I didn't use any instructions. It was really, really easy and intuitive to figure it out. One run through into truck mode was enough for me to be able to reverse engineer this guy back very, very easily, and really satisfyingly. I really enjoyed that. So overall, I'd say this guy is really cool. I really like this mode. This guy in this mode is enough to make me really, really like this figure. Truck mode is kind of bogus. I don't like that at all. And the base mode, it is what it is. It's alright, but you know, it feels like a lesser toy. Like, I mean, it is, you know, volume-wise, but it doesn't feel like a really good solid toy like he does in this mode. So this is where it's at, and I think I can really recommend it just for this. It's really cool, and you know, it's possible it makes my best of the year. That's really good, because I'm really happy with the amount of Transformers that I've actually really, really liked this year. And this guy is no different. So there you go. A much needed Nova Prime has entered my collection. Make it enter yours. This guy's an Amazon exclusive, and I'll provide a link down below if you are interested. And there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection. Till next time, peace out, peeps.